up this morning and I pray to the Most High. The sun is shining so bright. I'm blessed to live this life. Yahawashi. Blessed be Yahawah. Blessed be Yahawah.
Shalawam! Welcome to the Helpmeets Hangout. This is where the Helpmeets hang out.
Welcome to the Helpmeets Hangout.
Hey, y'all. Shalawam. Lord, will and sisters are doing well through the Spirit. All praises to the Most High. Y'all, I think this episode is going to be very much a transitional episode, but more so like preparing ourselves and still channeling those characteristics of that Proverbs 31, if that makes sense. Yes, no.
I'm there.
Oh, I'm like, okay, maybe I don't see it. Maybe I'm the only one that see it, But yeah, Khan, did you want to start out with that foundational precept before we get started?
Can you hear me fine?
Yep. All is well.
All right, this 1 Peter 4:11. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahawah. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahawah giveth, that Yahawah in all things may be glorified through Yahawashi, to whom we praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. So everything you want to speak, want to be thus saith the Lord, righteousness. We want to ultimately get. It's like you. Everything we do, we want to give our praise and glory to the Most High, Yahawashi, because only of Him that we're able to do these things. So we want to speak the oracles of the Most High and give all honor, glory, praise to the Most High, Yahawashi. It's a Sabbath, and it's a beautiful day. Well, I didn't mean to say it's a Sabbath because y'all ain't supposed to know this is a pre-record, but I think it's okay.
Hey, man's going, our other Lord. Lord willing, y'all had a beautiful Sabbath. For those that keep, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown.
I'm outside, y'all, and it's hot. It's freak. It's super hot.
That's that Georgia. That's that weather for you. That weather ain't no joke. It's not hotter than Texas, though.
It's still hot. Regardless.
It's still hot.
It's still heat. But I think this episode will be nice. Very nice. We are going to be talking about, drumroll please, as the title, Are You a Prudent Woman? And so we're going to be touching on prepping for Jacob's trouble. And now, disclaimer, I don't know if the right word is disclaimer, but I know that some people say, oh, you shouldn't do that. It's stupid. It's pointless. You're going to prep just for it to all get stolen and taken away and wasted. Well, keep that energy over there, okay? Keep that over there. There's no sin, no harm in prepping using wisdom. Ultimately, we want to have the fear of Yahawashi. But we're going to get into all that later. I'm not going to spill a lot of good juice right now. So hold on, we're going to get there.
So with that being said, I kind of, of course we're talking about Jacob's trouble, but it's also, being prepared, being prudent at all times. And these are attributes that, like we went into before, the Proverbs 31 woman, she was a prudent woman, and I will throw that disclaimer out, y'all. Proverbs 30 woman is not, that was just something a mother was talking to her son about. So it's not an actual person. It's something for us to aspire to be, and ways to aspire to, pick up on and do. So, being prepared at any time, you know what I mean? Because I feel like trouble could happen at any time. It don't have to be specifically, Jacob's trouble. Like, and I really started thinking about that because recently in my building, y'all, the fire alarm be going off like a lot. Like, so it made me start thinking like, dang, do I have just one, like out of my whole house, do I have one bag that I can just pick up and go with, or do I have something in my car where it's just one bag that I could be like, forget everything else that I had. I'm gonna be okay with, just these things. So that's what kind of, been on my spirit
God
lately.
dog. You said bag, and I just remembered that my other one, he brought his. I bought him a So like, were you done?
Yes.
I bought him a emergency survival kit bag, and it's
Hmm.
really small, but it got like over 150 pieces in there of very valuable stuff. And he brought it. We brought it because we're in Florida right now. And I was like, "Oh, this is spirit that you brought this because I'm gonna show this on the podcast today." Girl, why not? I left it in the car. In the car, 20 minutes away. Ain't no showing that today. It's
Oh,
okay though.
dang.
But
Well, you spoke on it. So, Lord willing, sisters, if y'all could,
yeah,
well, where did you get
I,
it from?
Amazon. I can pull it up real quick and show y'all. It's a very tiny bag, but you'll be surprised how much stuff is in there. Like I was like, gosh, dog.
Yeah,
Um,
and if it's something small, I mean, that's something you can carry around with you, or keep in your car or something like that. You just
yeah.
never know when things are gonna happen. So it's always better to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Being prepared is, oh, let me see. And before that sister bring that up, I wanted to read the definition of prudent. Prudent is acting with or showing care and thought for the future. So pre-planning, being prepared, thinking things through, thinking things out. Like, okay, what if something happened and I might not be with my husband. I might do need to get one of these bags, or little packs that Abarriyah is about to show us, or you know, what if I'm by myself? I could get one of my bags from Royalty Defense, or something like that, y'all. Royalty underscore defense underscore in the number 12 on Instagram. Go support that sister. Um,
what?
in times of trouble, you wanna
Where
make
is?
sure that you have what you need. Let me see,
Now this is making me upset.
because
Move, fly.
it made me think about last last year, or was that earlier this year? It might have been earlier this year here in Ohio. It was a real bad snowstorm. No, it was last year, like in December, maybe like November, December. It was like around the time of Feast of Dedication. It was a sister that got trapped in her car, um, and she died because nobody was able to like get to her. So it's just like if she, maybe would have pre-planned. Not saying that that would have saved her. You know what I mean? Like that could have been a form of defense to help that sister
Where is
to
that
endure
stuff?
through, that coldness, that time being alone, waiting for somebody to come rescue
There it
her,
is.
dig her car
Where's
out of the snow, or
Hold on,
things
Lily.
like that. But yeah, I think you know, that might have could have helped her, you know, and just to give her mind some peace during that time period. But, unfortunately, that sister did, pass away. I guess from like the extreme conditions of it being like real cold and not being able to be warm, or, also not having anywhere to go to the bathroom, probably no food to eat and things like that. And if y'all haven't heard about that, maybe Lord willing, y'all can go look that up. But just being knowledgeable and foreseeing certain things, especially if you know where you live. I know California, they're prone to like wildfires and things like that. So, if you live in California, it's just like, okay, have some stuff that you could be ready just in case, there's a wildfire, and Lord willing, when Abarriyah comes back on, y'all can see the exact one that she got. But if she's not able to do that, then um, I would definitely go look up. Okay, Con.
I'm sorry, y'all. I had to get out that heat. No, ma'am. No, I'm sweating in a place I shouldn't be sweating. No.
Girl, I'm crying. But Lord willing, y'all could definitely go look on Amazon to purchase, a similar survival kit or something that's not, too heavy or too much of a burden for you to carry within your bag. So
Con.
con.
Let me pull it up. I found it. Okay, so this is what I got my head for Purim last year. What was it this year? It was before Passover, so last year, yeah. It has 238 pieces in there, and this list literally how small it is. 238 pieces. It's $40 now. It's 45, but it's on sale for 40. I think when I got it, it was 50. I don't remember, but it shows y'all the stuff it come with. I don't know. The most I just put this on my spirit to get this because I mean it was small and it had so much stuff and it had great reviews. So I was like, why not? But it has a folding knife, tactical flashlight, camping utensils, water bottle buckle, parachute cord, light stick, car. We need to try to pronounce that. This is different stuff. It got whistles, survival bracelet, disposable raincoat, fire starter, a card, folding shovel and pen, and a sister, Royal to Defense. She sells those, I believe, as well. Y'all should go check that sister out. Compass, emergency tent. I think the emergency tent is so cool. Like,
Mm-hmm.
boom, pick it up. Emergency blanket, first aid kit. So it comes with some pretty good stuff for real. Um, so yeah, and I mean it's similar stuff on Amazon with that as well. But I mean there's bigger ones on Amazon, and I guess I was going for something small. So there's going.
Con.
But
It's better than having nothing at all. That's
I wanted to
being a prudent wife. Mm-hmm.
I wanted to read this precept.
Okay.
This is Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So the sister Lily got the definition of prudent, right? You got the definition.
Con.
Yeah, I mean, it means to act or show care for the future. So we want to be prudent women and act or show care for the future. And of course, we don't know. And like the sister Lily said, just being prepared when anything pops off. Like, it don't necessarily have to be Jacob's trouble, but just being aware of your surroundings that the sister Lily, she's going to get into later. But we want to just be prudent women and just be vigilant, be aware. Um, and we don't want to have that mindset, oh my God, that's so far away. Why should I worry about that? Girl, we don't know when to look. We don't know when we're gonna hear this is not a drill.
Girl, let me tell you how when I still was in Georgia, I had ended up moving to a new nail salon, and this was my first time hearing this. So I'm doing my client nail, and it's like, some, and it was so muffled I couldn't hear it. I told my client, "You gonna have to sit right here because I'm gonna be right back, girl." I said, they do it every. It was a gas station, like right, like on the
Mm-hmm.
corner next to the nail salon, and they would do I guess like a fire drill just to make sure, like all the alarms and stuff worked. But they did that on every first Wednesday of the month, I believe. And I was like, "Girl, you was about to get left in here because I wasn't about,
Okay.
baby. You don't
You
know, I ain't
freaking
about to keep
gone.
I wasn't about to. You can have these nails for free because that money don't even matter no more. I'm about to go ahead and go.
She's gonna forsake it all. Bye, y'all.
Girl, her husband was sitting there looking. I said, y'all still sitting there? Y'all can keep sitting there if y'all want to. Y'all gonna be right up in here by yourself.
Look, she got up out of there. She didn't know what would happen. She said, "Deuces."
I said, I'll be right back. That'd have been the last time she seen me there. I would have to. She see that smoke trail behind me leaving out the door. Had to get going.
Okay, you gotta do what you gotta do. And see, that's why we gotta talk about these things. I wanted to touch on um, what did I want to touch on? Also want to kind of touch on discretion. Discretion, it has two different definitions, but one of the definitions is freedom to decide what should be done in a particular situation. And some synonyms for discretion are carefulness, caution, prudence, circumspect. So a synonym for discretion is prudence and basically caring for the future. So we want to be discreet women. We want to have care for the future. We want to be cautious of our surroundings. We want to be cautious of the things that will come to our household. And like the sister Lily brought out earlier, I don't know if I actually forgot if she said it, but I think she did, about the Proverbs 31 woman. She was prudent. Yeah, she said the Proverbs 31 woman was prudent. And she was, because we should strive to be like the Proverbs 31 woman. Because the Proverbs 31 woman, she was cautious of the trouble that will come to her household. And it says a Proverbs 31 woman look well towards our household. So one of the ways we can look well to our household is being aware of troubles and harm that may come our household's way, being aware of trouble and harm that may come to our Lord's household, that may come to us. So we want to prep to the best of our ability that we can. And ultimately, a point I want to touch on was, ultimately we want to be prepared through the spirit and how the fear of Yahawashi and Bahasham, like how shy, because that's most important. I mean, we can prep, we can have bags, we can have survival skills, we can have canned goods, but if you don't got the fear of the Lord, that ish don't matter. You got to fear Yahawashi and Mount Shy. Um, so,
Um, and I would say not only the fear of Yahawah Shah, but I would also say having these precepts in remembrance. Like,
mm-hmm,
that's why it's very important to meditate upon the words of the Lord day and night, being that wise woman, because I'm going to bring out Isaiah 33:6. It says, "In wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure." So it's just like, when we have these precepts in mind to strengthen us, we can recall on them. And, if sisters are, practicing Hebrew, speak those things in Hebrew, because if you've read the prologue of Sirach, those things uttered in Hebrew, are stronger through the spirit, especially, prayers and the word. So you might have that spirit of the mother in Second Maccabees, chapter 7 come over you. You never
mm-hmm.
know. So I think it's beautiful.
And I wanted to read Proverbs 9 and 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. And so, if wisdom is going to be stability of our times, you can only have the wisdom if you fear Yahweh by Shemel Shai. And so, we want to make sure that we are forsaking this life, denying our flesh, denying our old selves, because if we forsake our life now, we'll save our life later. So, if we forsaken this cares of this world now, the Most High will in that day will be okay. The Most High is going to guide us, He's going to show us. And because ultimately we can have a plan, but Yahweh got the last say so.
That's
Yahweh going to have
right.
his way at the end. And so we want, Lord willing, we want the Most High say to be good on our end, if you know what I mean. Like, we want him to show favor to us. So in order for that to happen, we have to make sure we're doing our part. And I think a way of that is, it's kind of going to be precept heavy, y'all. Titus 2 and 12, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godliness. So our job as women, prepping or not, preparing for the things to come or not, our job is to deny ungodly and worldly lust and live soberly, righteously, and godly in this present world. And you live righteously and godly by serving your husband, by taking care of your household, by moving the spirit of power, 31 woman. So that's our goal. That's what we want to do. We want to deny these worldly lusts and stay in the right spirit of Habashah Shemal Shai. And ultimately, when you move in the spirit of Habashah Shemal Shai, the Most High will put that spirit on you to, move in prudence and have care for the future. But I yield.
It'll give you that discernment to be able to know how to go about things and know how to carry yourself in certain situations. Depending on what the situation is, you'll have that discretion. You'll have, like, all right, I need to kind of go ahead and be quiet. I need to go ahead and listen to my husband. This ain't the time to be like, baby, well, what if you could do it this way? It just depends. So, um, yeah, I think also, like I was saying, having that having that knowledge of the word is very, very important because depending on what it is um, that is occurring or taking place, it's like, all right, do I know if I don't have no food? Like, so say if you did go ahead and stock up these things, but they ain't at your house, and when an emergency happens, you're at work. It's like, okay, I might not have access to food or things like that, but I know Leviticus has the food law, the laws for our dietary laws. So I know what fowl I can eat. I know what beasts I can eat. I know what insects. I will be able to. Well, they call creeping things. Creepy things that I would be able to, get you some locusts. You know what I mean? But yeah, just having that knowledge, things like that. And you might not foresee yourself eating those type of things, but hey, when it's an emergency and help breaking loose, you never know what can happen. So yeah, I think it's very important to be in this word and get in that tour, y'all. Get in that tour.
I agree. I think knowing what you can and can't eat is a very good study to get into. That's a spirit because I always hear that. Like my head always he mentions often about knowing what we can and can't eat. Like one day he had quizzed me. He had pulled up. He showed me a picture of a bird or insect. He was like, "Can I eat this?" I was like, "I don't know. No." So it's good to know those things
You
because
gonna eat some giraffe?
yes, giraffe is clean, right?
Yeah, ain't that
Only
weird? I don't
look,
foresee myself eating no giraffe, bro. Like
look.
what?
The only reason I knew that it was clean is because they don't eat nothing but grass.
Baby, they be eat chopping on them trees. They be like,
Okay,
I'm
but that is a
crying.
good study to get into because there's a lot of beasts out here. It's a lot of and I'm pretty sure you could look at something like, okay, there ain't no way, and there ain't no way that's edible right there. But
Girl, when I read we could eat beetles, I was like, oh my goodness, girl. Had to put some
mm-mm.
salt on them.
But y'all, it's important to really talk about these things because our people in the world, the encounters I've had lately, they just are when Yahawashi said we were a faithless generation, he meant that. Our people don't believe. They don't really believe there's another life coming. They don't believe that
Mm-mm. They got
they
that
think this is
yellow
the end.
spirit.
They
Yellow.
don't know that it's gonna be a kingdom. They don't believe it's gonna be a kingdom in heaven. Um, and it's crazy. Um, me and my head, we was on our way to Florida today, and we were talking about the kingdom. We were just talking about it, and it was a comforting talk. It was just so comforting. I felt like I was in another dimension talking about it because just to
It's
know that,
peaceful.
just to know that it'll be something so much greater after this. Like, and I guess in my mind, I thought the kingdom of heaven was gonna be in the sky, but it's gonna be literally like Earth, but way better. It's gonna be a new Earth, like
Children
Revelation.
can play with lions and stuff like
Yeah,
that
like
and bears. Like,
it's gonna be it's gonna be like this life, but not like this life. It's gonna be like a million times better. The streets gonna be gold. America's gonna be ashes. It's gonna be better than we could ever have imagined. And so, in order to get there, we want to strive to make sure we're doing our part, right? Because there's a two-way street with everything. Your parents are not just gonna give you a treat if you're not doing your chores, if you're not doing your homework, if you're not doing what's required of you as a child. And so the same thing goes with the Most High. We can't expect the Most High to be like, here's the kingdom of heaven, but we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing as women in this truth, as servants of Yahawah Shemel Shai. So
what it reminded me of when you was talking about the streets of gold. It reminded me of the Wiz. I don't know if you ever seen that, like with Michael Jackson, but it's just like all the characters represented like something, and it was like you had to have all these things. Well, they were all missing like something. Like the lion needed courage or things like that. I think the scarecrow didn't have like a brain or something like that. But they wanted to go like and see the Wiz or whatever. But the little town that they walked through, like so called Yellow Brick Road or whatever, it
I never
was
seen
just
that.
like, yeah, it got with Michael Jackson. But it's a real old movie. But I was just thinking, like, they was having parties. They was lit. They had the red party, a green party, and a gold party. And I just was like,
I ain't
that's
watching
how
with that old now.
we gonna in righteousness. Like, we're gonna be partying. Like, Lord
Okay,
willing,
turn.
we make it. Listen,
Stop.
cause
Turn.
I ain't solidified in this thing. So Lord willing,
Okay, Lord willing, because look, we don't know
heavy
if our
on the
name might
Lord
be
willing.
heavy on it. Okay, that's why when me and my head was talking, I kept saying, Lord willing, Lord willing, we make it. Lord willing, we escape Babylon. Lord willing, we endure the second wilderness.
Yeah.
Lord willing, because that's what it is. We don't
Mhm.
know. And something my grandma always say, she always say, stock up on canned goods. Like it's something she just, old heads. And I don't see no harm in it. And like I said, I know people that be like, there's no point in stocking up on canned goods. This is gonna take it away. I mean, that's a good point, but honestly, the most High has mercy on, He has mercy on at the
It
end of the day.
depends. I was gonna say
And
you never know what
you never
everybody's
know.
lot is different. Like you might be able to some people might be able to hide out within their homes for a week or so or a couple of days and you know, I mean some people
How they gonna hide
speaking
out and
on
the home's gonna be getting kicked through? Well, see, those
cause some
situations are gonna
people
happen.
listen, I seen this video where they had this Airbnb where it was this one closet they went into and it took you once you open the closet, it's another door behind that. Then it took you all the way down the hall. Then once you got all the way down the hall, it took you down some steps. Once you went down those steps, then it was doors on different sides. So people
Dungeon.
are creating different things within their home.
Underground.
So I mean, I know homes and I know what the scriptures say and I definitely agree. Um, and I also know that people are making things inside of their homes that you know where they are going to try to hide and things like that. So
Con.
you never know.
And I think a good thing to watch, or the good thing to do is watch survival skill videos, wilderness skills, and taking some defense classes. Like I'm pretty sure little sister Lily mentioned or is going to mention. Those are good things to know in that day. And I think the most I put in my spirit, I think a really good time to real life practice those survival skills is during Feast of Tabernacles
And
when
it's
we're
about to come
outside.
home.
When we're
Hmm.
outside for 7 days and eight, no, 7 days and eight, no, 7 nights and 8 days.
7 nights, 8 days.
Yeah, 7 nights, 8 days. I think that's a really good time to practice those survival skills. Me and my head, we're subscribed to this brother named Wild Boy RIL, Wild Space Boy Space RIL. Let me share it real quick. And on his videos, he made a fire out of water, and so those are really good things to know, to see. Um, and I think Jacob's Trouble. I think. Um, oh, this is our channel, girl. Hold on.
I'm
I
crying.
think Tabernacles is a good time to practice those skills because when that time do come, we're gonna be pilgrims on earth. We're not gonna, and of course everybody a lot is different, but it's not gonna be anymore going to the gas stations, getting hotels, getting Airbnbs. You're gonna be walking around on foot. Cars eventually gonna run out of gas. You can't go
Girl,
from here to
you
the
better
gas no
hope you got some daggone shoes on. You
more. Okay.
better hope.
And there's other survival channels, but we like this brother because he's a brother. Support our people. But yeah, we watched How to Start a Fire with Water. And so just look up survival skills, wilderness skills, and there's a lot of videos out here. We have to educate ourselves on these things. Of course, this truth is the most important thing in our lives, and this knowledge and understanding is the most important things in our lives. But you also want to have wisdom in other areas. Don't be ignorant any matter big or small, as the scriptures say. Um, and, just try to be wise all around the border to the best of your ability. Know a little something. You know what I mean?
Uh,
So I think it's good
um,
to know how to start a fire and things like that.
And what girl, it was so crazy because a sister asked me to go to the market with her the other like earlier this week. Um so she could do some grocery shopping for her household. And I was like, okay. So we went to Sam's Club, and I know you was talking about stocking up on canned goods, but y'all look what they have in the stores already. I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that?
$75.
For
Oh, for lunch and dinner kit.
these dry like lunch dinner kit things. I don't
Mm.
know if y'all can see.
Look at it.
Hopefully. But yeah, and I was like, you know what they telling us, right? They're not just gonna
Get
put
ready.
those out exactly. They're not just gonna put these. And I was like, dang, that's kind of like right on time uh for this episode because I'm like, I know they probably been out, but to actually, I this is my first time really actually I think
Mm.
seeing them, and I'm like, that is so crazy. So that one gives it says 11 great tasting and easy to prepare varieties. But these are like MRE lunches or you
Mm.
know, it says food storage emergencies. So um, I will look up, those things that have knowledge on them and make sure y'all reading the ingredients because Esau
Yeah.
be crafty with putting anything inside of these things. If y'all know sisters and that sister, her mom gave. I mean, was it her mom? No, I think it was her aunt. Her aunt gave us the. Well, she gave us something her aunt made was her aunt does canning. So if you want to look up different things on canning, she made like her own ketchup and also like her own chili base and stuff that you can store and use, things like that. If you have like gardens and your garden might overproduce and things like that. But Con, I just thought it was real coincidental that I seen them little kits in the store because I was like, aren't these what the people in the military eat? Like
Yeah.
they
Um,
putting these out for civilians. This is crazy.
I seen those in Texas. When I at Walmart in Texas. So,
Really? Well,
mm,
Sam's Club and Walmart go hand in hand. So
hmm
yeah, y'all want to know what kind of? Also, I would say know what herbs that you can use for what. Because in times of trouble, foraging. I can never say that word right. Foraging will be something that's popular. Um, you know, basically seeing what plants or leaves or what can be used for what. That's a really good um, skill to have as well. And also, like the kits that Abarriyah had, maybe have like a map of your area. Have a map of your area and know where the nearest place that you might can go to for shelter. Um, um, let me see. Oh, the nearest hospital or market or anything, something that you can might have to access. So yeah, watch videos on first aid. I would say that as well. Um, and I just be sitting around trying to find stuff to watch so that I can know. Like, yeah,
mm.
babe, hold your arm like this. Don't move. I seen a man make a fire through a plastic bag of water.
I seen that too.
I said, hold up.
Is we talking about the same thing?
He only had a bag of plastic. I mean, he had a plastic bag and it was water, and he made a fire on the ground by
Oh,
himself.
he had the one I watched. He had a water. He had a Ziploc bag, had water in it. He twisted it real good, and he had grabbed like some the stuff on the ground, like the little dirt stick, whatever stuff. Not the sticks, not grass, but the strays. I don't know. He grabbed that.
The is it called rush or I
The
don't know what it's
brush,
called.
bush, whatever.
Brush. Yeah, that.
He grabbed that and he pushed it against the thing. It made water. It made fire. Really.
I was
Ugh,
like, how you do that? Like, I didn't know you could really do that.
so we gotta learn this stuff.
Yeah, girl. I can't wait till Tabernacles. I'm so excited, y'all. I think, other than Passover, I think Tabernacles is the best. Passover, Tabernacles, well, Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread, Tabernacles, maybe then Purim, Feast of Dedication. But I think I like Feast of Dedication, then Purim. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I've never did like a full blown tabernacles because my first year I was in college, so I had to do what I had to do in camp in my room, but I made a tent in my room. Second year, I didn't have my own place, so I my first day, our first night, we kept it in our hotel room in a tent, and then all the rest of the week, I went to my brother's house and I kept it in his backyard in my tent, and like I was still showering inside and making food inside. So this year, Lord willing, be the first year where we try our best to do everything outside, shower outside, cook outside, everything outside. So
It's such an experience, y'all, especially at nighttime when it's time to go to sleep and all you hear is, well, sometimes the brothers be on patrol walking around, but for the most part, all you hear is nature. Like, and I don't know why during tabernacles, y'all, I be waking up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I do not be trying to sleep in. I don't know if it's because I feel uncomfortable or what, but I always seem to wake up so much earlier than I do when I'm at home. Like, I be loving it.
I mean, when we kept it the second night outside in Georgia, um, we had some Mr. Dude wipes, and we yeah, we had Mr. Dude wipes, and so we got dressed outside in our tent. Like we kind of did a wash up with wipes and stuff. We brushed our teeth outside with like water bottles, so it was a nice experience. Like getting dressed outside, washing our face outside. But we only did it one day, so I'm hoping, Lord willing, this time around we can um, do it full blown. But it's just kind of like it's I would really like to congregate with like a lot of people for our tabernacles. I think it'll be really fun, but we don't really know a lot of people that keep it the same moon as us. So I mean IOIC do, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know anybody in IOIC.
Oh, okay.
So
Girl, because I was supposed to be like, but I forgot y'all keep it at a different time.
I know, but
Dang.
the most High will work it all out. It's gonna be beautiful, Lord willing. I'm excited.
Con.
So
Um, since we kind of on the topic and it's kind of through the spirit. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't parted my hair so I could put these braids in, honey, and be this scarf tight. Um, do you want to help sisters like kind of create a list? Because some sisters this might be their first year, or is it anything that you feel like that might help you endure through tabernacles? Being prudent of the high holy days to you know come.
yes, I think that you tent most definitely. Mosquito spray or bug spray because them bugs are gonna eat you up if you don't have any. A sleeping bag or a camping cot, water and food, obviously. Now, as far as like meals, I don't know. Like I said, this will be my first time trying to keep it outdoors the whole time, and I don't know what we're gonna be cooking on the grill for 8 nights. Not sure. We'll figure that out a little long down the line. But I think that sisters, if you have an academy next near you, I think sisters should go to academy because if you go to the campus section, they got everything. I'm talking about outside showers, outside toilets. But everybody can't afford that though. I know I really can't. So maybe I know when I talked to Sister Lily a year ago and I was getting ready to do mine, a litter box would be nice to poop in, um, or pee in. But I don't know. That's really all I got. Like I said, I've never really done it full blown outside the whole
I
time.
am screaming.
What?
Con, I agree. Okay,
Why
so
are you screaming?
I would say,
No, no, no. Why are you screaming?
moving on. I'm gonna tell you later.
What if there's not later? Okay.
Lord
But I
willing,
think
I
there's
will tell you
everything.
later.
But
So definitely the tent. You want to have your either sleeping bag, air mattress, or sleeping cot. I know the little things that the kids sleep on at nap time. They have ones big enough for adults. Those are really good. I recommend those because sometimes when the ground is cold, um, the air can leak out of your air mattress. My first year, I had an air mattress, and when I woke up in the morning, I was on the ground. Okay, I was on the ground. I have that. Yes, that's exactly what I have. Boom, bam, pow. Okay, great. It
that looks
comes with a cushion,
good.
everything. Um, so yeah, I would definitely get one of those for repellent that you talked about. You said bug repellent. I would get Irish Spring. Irish Spring. Get a cheese grater, grate that Irish Spring up, and put it around your tents, baby. Thank me later, okay? Thank me later. All praise to the Most High. Don't thank me. Thank the Most High, okay?
That keep the bugs away.
So it keep the bugs away like none other. Okay, rub that Irish Spring on the poles of your tent. Do all of that, okay? Um, to go on the outside of your tent, you want to make sure you got your little leaves to represent that we in a tabernacle, of course. Um,
Huh?
The leaves that go on the outside of your tabernacle.
What leave? Be patient.
I am. So because we're not creating our own. We have man-made tents. You're supposed to take things. It's a certain plant. I forget what the plant is. Lord willing, I'll find the precept when I'm finished talking. You're supposed to take those certain things and build your tent with them. So, in representation of not having them, we put plants on the outside of our tabernacle to represent those specific leaves or plants.
Oh, see, I never
Okay,
knew that. Why being patient with
con,
me? Never knew that.
con. I'll make sure I'll put the precept in there for y'all, and I'll make sure I send it to Abarriyah. All praise to the Most High. So then you also want to make sure that you have your personal items. Um, I don't know how it goes for sisters that are unclean. I don't know. I will say that. I don't know. I've always been clean when it comes to tabernacles. All praise to the Most High. So I don't know how that works, but you want to make sure you have your personal items. Of course, you want to make sure you have some wipes. Y'all make sure y'all are reading the ingredients on the wipes. A lot of wipes have glycerin. If it is not vegetable glycerin, you need to figure out what kind of glycerin is in those. Um, so that you're not using unclean products. Um, the kitty litter. The kitty litter is if you have a makeshift toilet with the inside of your camping area. If your camping site does not have bathrooms or things like that. Also, kitty litter will put a fire out. Okay, don't ask me how I know. I'm just here to let y'all know. Um, what else do we need? Flashlights, candles, things like that. You want to make sure you have extra pair of socks when you go to sleep because it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. I'm telling you one more time, it's going to be cold. Okay. I was in Georgia. It was cold. Okay. All the years that I'm in Ohio now. So I know it's going to be cold. Okay. It's going to be cold. Um, Also, pocket warmers. Pocket warmers are going to be your best friend, especially when you're going to sleep. Okay. Shake them pocket warmers up before you're about to go to sleep. Before you're about to go to sleep so they can be nice and hot and ready like a little Caesar pizza, okay? Hot and ready. Put them in your socks, put them in your hands, put your hands in your pocket, get you a hat, get you some gloves. It's going to be like wintertime out there. Sisters that are old enough, if your Lord allows you to have you some yan, that's going to be your friend too before you go to sleep because that's going to help you be a little bit warm, okay? So, um, what else? Um, just make sure you bring extra stuff if you can. You know, um, I don't know, extra jacket, extra blanket, things like that you can use. Um, Extra trash bags, especially if you have that disposable pot type of situation going on, whether you have to do something that's friendly or not. Number one, number two.
I
So,
had all of that stuff the sister just named. I guess I just forgot. My brain be I be forgetting stuff. But yeah, when we did our tabernacles, we had the hand warmers, we had some wine, had some snacks,
hmm
we had the wipes. I had me some leggings, a hoodie. I had
yes.
leggings on my skirt. I had fluffy warm socks. I had a hoodie.
hmm
I wasn't playing because it was freezing out there.
Girl, get you some. I got me some, and I'm gonna let y'all know now. It's like a mini wilderness. Okay, bring some shoes that's going to be comfortable. I know that you want to be cute, but be more comfortable than you trying to be cute. Okay, because you're going to be mad if you bring some shoes that you get dirty or some shoes, and they're your favorite ones and they all messed up by the end of tabernacles. It's going to be dirt and mud everywhere. Okay. Um, I would bring like an extra, I forget what it's called. It's like a tarp thing to put on the outside of my tent. I put one on the inside of my tent at the bottom before I put my stuff in. And then I also put one on the outside. So on the outside, that's where I would leave my shoes before I went inside of my tent. That's very wise. You can also, make sure you have a chair because you might want to sit down. You might not want to sit at those tables that's out there. Or if at home in your backyard, you might want to have some chairs and things like that. Of course, make sure you bring your Bible. If you have more than one, listen, bring the one that you okay with if it get wet. Okay, bring that one. I would bring an extra little drawstring book bag just in case, because I don't know who's carrying a purse around at tabernacles all day long. I just don't feel like it. Unless it's something small like this, and I got this from Royalty Defense. So unless it's something small like this that you could put all your little defense items in, or something you could put like your phone, chapstick. If you have a mini Bible, it can fit in there, and that some of the items from the little survival kit that Abarriyah was talking about. Then I don't know what other kind of purse somebody about to be carrying around at tabernacles. That's just something I don't feel like doing. I don't know. You can bring extra scarves, for your head at night, things like that. Make sure you have. I would bring more so stuff that's like essential oil based. So maybe stuff that's like more eucalyptus, not stuff that smell cute. Like it's cool to have floral things, but unless you want the bugs to be all up on you, lavender and anything eucalyptus, those usually help keep the bugs off, and it'll also keep you moisturized. So yeah.
Lord willing, if it be the most I will, we could post a list, more typed out list on our Instagram.
That's beautiful. I didn't even think about that.
Con.
Um, and I would think of different activities that you could do that could help you stay prudent through the spirit. Just in case it is an emergency that y'all can practice on during the time of tabernacles. Um, you know what I really want to get into? I want to learn archery. I want to learn how to shoot like a bow and arrow. I know the tribe of Benjamin
Mighty,
was real mighty with that, but that's something I never did before. I've been to the gun range and stuff before, but I never did archery. Like,
yeah. Even know how to shoot a gun, I think would be nice. I don't know how to shoot a gun. Never shot one. Never been to the gun range, but that's something I definitely want to do. Knowing how to kick butt. I'm not talking about the street fighting, like maybe some jitsu or kung fu do, whatever.
kung, kung fu,
Kung
kung,
fu, jitsu,
oh,
all that.
oh, jujitsu.
Kickboxing.
I be watching that on when we watch anime. Mm.
I've never seen anime.
Girl, I just started watching it when me and my husband started
That's
courting.
weird, Lily.
I never Girl, it's some good anime out here. I thought it was weird too, but it's some good anime out here.
How is
Stuff that
anime
you would
weird?
really.
How is it good?
It's interesting. It's like, stuff that you be like, oh, all right, this is pretty cool. It's not like it's it's not the original anime. I wouldn't consider it like the anime that you see in like Korea or like China, things like that. I would consider this Americanized anime, aka cartoons. But you know, I don't want to be rude to the anime what you want to call it, people. So I'm gonna just stop while I'm ahead, cause I'm new here. Okay.
She said I'm new here. Goodbye. She's new here, y'all.
I'm new to the anime, side of things. I was just like you. I was like, I'm not watching that. That's weird. That's for, I guess, antisocial people, or nerds. But
I mean,
it's pretty cool.
yeah, I don't know if that's yeah, I don't know. But I think some skills.
Do you know how to tie a knot? Like, you know how they be doing rope tying things?
No, I
Like,
don't really know how to do
I
much.
need
That's
to
why
learn how to do all of that
I
too.
need
I
to
just thought
learn.
about that.
Like everything I'm telling y'all, I'm telling myself as well because I need to learn.
This is me talking to myself.
Yeah, we're talking to ourselves because I definitely want to learn some skills, like for real.
Okay. Um, and I wanted to say, even though we are learning these things and we are preparing these things, like we know that the Lord is in control. We know that
Like,
we don't trust in a gun. We don't trust in our bow. We don't trust in weapons and things like that.
yup,
Um, we trust in Yahawashi, Yahawashi.
bring that
Um,
out.
you know, but hey, man, Joseph prepared for the famine. It's no harm
He
in
did.
being wise and preparing and foreseeing things. You know, and the Lord was moving with him. So as long as you seeking what's well pleasing unto the Most High, um, I feel like Lord, this is how I feel. I move in faith, knowing and believing and hoping that wherever the sole of my foot touches, that the Lord will be with me every step of the way. So
Mm.
yeah, and that I'll be prosperous. Me and my household. The Lord willing, the Most High can allow that for sisters that trying to endure and do the same thing. So,
Bitcoin. I got a precept. She said be prosperous. That made me think of this. What precept you think I'm gonna get?
hmm, I don't know.
You said be prosperous. What precept talks about being prosperous?
Joshua 1:8 or 9.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm screaming. I'm like, I don't
This book
know.
of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein, for then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success. Meditate in this law day and night. Keep these commandments, most importantly, because you can prep all you want. But if you don't fear Yahawah, it's not gonna matter. And of course, the Most High has
Okay.
mercy on you, has mercy on. But I'm telling you, the Most High favor is really gonna show to those that has been doing His will. And so we want the Most High favor to shine upon us. We want the Most High to guide us and be with us in those days. Because, like we said, we can have a plan, we can have a prep, but the Most High gonna have His way, right? But and it's let's say your plan may not go as you want, but the Most High, He's moving in you, His Spirit is moving, and it's going even better than you thought. And the Most High is with you every step of the way because you feared Him, you kept His commandments, you did what you're supposed to do as a woman. And so the point is, do what you gotta do now as a woman. Put your hand to the ministry. Don't put off day to day. Do the best you can now because when that trumpet sound, when they say this is not a drill, it's gonna be too late. There's no more leisure. There's no more none of it. It's gonna be serious. It's
Hmm.
gonna be survival of the fittest. Literally, you're gonna be trying to survive for your life. It's gonna be no more going to camp. No more. It's gonna be real life out here. So we
Like
want to.
the five foolish talking about. Well, hold on, let me see if I can find my
Nope, too
Bible and
late.
read
Door
one more
closed.
precept.
We don't
You
want to
texting
get
the
left
sister
behind.
talking about. Can you send me that precept? No.
So we want
Hey,
to do what we can now to be wise and prudent because it's gonna come a time where it's gonna be a famine of the word. Amos 8:11. We're not gonna have the luxury of carrying around with our Bibles anymore. I mean, Lord willing, we can still have one on us, but it's it's gonna be crazy times we're coming in. So
you might get
ultimately,
killed
we want
for
the
having
Most
a
High to be
Bible
with
on
us.
you.
We want the Most High to be with us. And do you know what the scriptures say? That the Most High is against the wicked. So
Ooh,
we want the Most High to be with us, not against us. Okay. The
God,
Most High is not a friend with those in the world, James 4:4. So pick your battle.
God,
Did
we
you have
can
anything
have
else?
follow. I wanted to read Jeremiah chapter 17. I mean, yeah, chapter 17. Oh, it starts at 5. I'm gonna read 5 through 8 real quick.
Okay, my laptop.
It says, "Thus saith the Lord: Cursed be the man that trusteth in man, and maketh flesh his arm, and whose heart departeth from the Lord. For he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit, yeah, that's the word, the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land, and not inhabited." Verse 7, "Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord, and whose hope the Lord is. For he said, For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when the heat cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit." So I read that because it's like, you know, let us not trust in, the ways of this world. Let us trust in the Lord for our hope, you know. So like I'm reading it again. It says, okay, blessed is the man that trusted in the Lord. So, that's our hope that the Lord got us. The Lord going to make a way. The Lord is going to foresee, us making it through these things. And Lord willing, sisters can meditate on that, y'all. I've been in the book of Jeremiah lately, and it's a mighty, mighty, mighty book. Okay, mighty. But yeah, we want to be as that tree, deeply planted, and that also goes into that in Psalms chapter 1. But Con, I ain't really had nothing else. Just stay in the spirit of being prudent, and that comes with discipline, discernment, diligence, and so many other beautiful attributes.
We thank y'all for hanging out with us. Y'all could be doing anything else. We could be doing anything else, but the Most High has allowed us to be able to do this podcast. And something that Sister Susanna said, Scripture with Susanna, something she said in one of her videos is we're in this flesh. So not every day we're going to have a desire to read. Not every day we're going to have a desire to want to get up out of bed. And that just comes being in this flesh. But it's all praise to the Most High because He gives us strength to get up. He gives us strength to keep pushing. He gives us strength to get up out of bed those days we don't feel like it. He gives us strength to get up and do this podcast. Because y'all, before this podcast, I was so tired I was going to fall asleep on the couch. But as y'all see, the Lord woke me up and gave me some energy. So I praise the Most High. And it's just all praise to the Most High. And I just want to encourage my sisters to keep enduring because and show some mercy and grace to yourself in your walk. Be patient with yourself. We don't have it all together. And nothing happens overnight. And so I want my sister to take it day by day and love on yourself. Be gentle to yourself. But I love y'all and thank you for hanging out with us. Lord, you have a good, productive week. My life is about to change. I start school this week, Lord willing. I'm so excited. And I'm going to start work. So I want to prep for the house since I'm not going to be there practically all day. And so I'm excited. It's coming into a new season because I've been out of work and out of school. Well, I've been out of school for 2 weeks. I was in school all summer, but I've been trying to take care of the household the past since I moved down here in June. So it's gonna be a nice transition. And so we all face different seasons in our life, and whatever y'all going, whatever. Let me get this pre. Y'all are facing, whatever seasons are coming. I just want you to know that you can do it because you are a daughter of Zion. As long as you got the Most High on your side, look, it's Isaiah 14:24. Lord of hosts have sworn, saying, "Surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. And as I have purposed, so shall it stand." Verse 27. For the Lord of hosts have purposed, and who shall disannul it? and his hand is stretched out, who shall turn it back? So the Most High, he doesn't need to seek counsel from anybody. He doesn't need anybody's approval. What he says goes. His will is going to happen. So what the Most High has ordained for your life, what's for you, is going to be for you. So push through your season, push through your walk. Girl, get up. You can do it. I love y'all. And I get a Florida Lily. She got anything to say?
Oh, the only thing I have to say is, y'all, I will be starting my wellness calls back on Monday. Y'all, I don't know, I kind of got discouraged through the spirit, but yeah, if y'all got Clubhouse, I'll be back on Clubhouse Mondays at 7 p.m. every other week,
You know what's crazy?
you know? So,
I'm finna show you.
yeah.
You might not believe me. I have a alarm that says 7 p.m. wellness room every Monday. I know it's not every Monday. It's every other Monday, but your phone don't let your alarm don't let you do bi-weekly. And they always go off every Monday. Oh, praises. Lord willing,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
I got, listen, I was like, I'm working for the Lord and I really been slacking off. So I can't do
Honestly,
this like as I'm doing unto, man, it's unto the Lord that I
come
do
on.
these works. And I feel like,
No matter who join,
sisters need, right, who's there,
don't
who's
matter.
not there, hey, let the word be in the wind. But
Okay.
whoever will need it, uh, who needs it, they'll be there. So
Right.
Lord willing, I'll see y'all there if y'all, spirit leads y'all to come. So
Okay. I thought you were still doing this whole time. I just thought,
no.
like, when the alarm go off, I just thought, oh, well, I'm missing the call.
No, I did it sometimes. Like I would do them, and then I'd be like, "Dang, oh, I feel bad, I forgot." But yeah, I was like,
Look,
girl, this been my
gotta
season
be
of
diligent.
discipline," and
That's
I
your
was
lot.
like, exactly. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, no. So I'm
Hmm.
gonna turn it more into like the lily pad chats, but it's still gonna be like a wellness check-in type thing. So
Yeah,
yeah,
because look, y'all, be diligent in whatever the Lord has given y'all to do, right? Everybody's lot, it looks different. And so, whatever the Most High has you put in your hand to, give it your all because you're doing it unto Yahawashi at the end of the day.
not telling.
Sisters going to
Period.
school, sisters working, sisters doing calls. You're doing all of that unto the Lord. My daddy, he told me, he got employee of the month, and he told me I had said he's a hard worker. He said I ain't never working hard for these people. I'm a smart worker. So this man
Period. And I need to learn. I need to learn your ways.
here. It's
Period.
a work hard
Yes,
for the Lord. You're not doing it for those
that's
people. You're
right.
not doing it for Esau. You're doing it for Yahawashi. I was shy.
That's right.
So Con.
And I'm excited.
I'm
I'm
gonna go
glad the
lay
Lord
down.
put that fire back up under me like that and made
I'm
me
proud of you.
realize, girl, the water, it's all praises to the
I'm
Most
proud
High.
of you.
So
I'm proud of you. I'm
I'm
so proud.
proud of
I'm so proud
you.
of you.
Yeah, I
I
don't know
miss
how
my
to sing,
husband.
but
I miss. I am on to see my husband. I'm happy. Okay, I'm not
girl,
doing.
when I get off of here, I'm gonna be like all up in his grill.
When I was leaving camp to go to sister I'm with parents' house, um I was leaving my head because he was at camp, and I was just so sad. I was like, oh my gosh, I miss him so much.
That's how I feel when I be on my flower. I'm like, I don't want to be.
No, because I feel
I
like I gotta
hate
be
when I
better.
be
I have to
unclean,
be a
bro.
better woman because I feel like sometimes I ain't gonna say it on here. I ain't gonna say it on here. But anyways, I love y'all.
Extra, extra. Read all about it.
Bye.
Shalawam, y'all.
So love